Hey, welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, and it's Tuesday night. So even though it's the day after Christmas, it is a Tuesday night, and so I'm live. I don't know how many people will actually be here tonight. Could just be me and you, but you know, I did a show on Halloween as well, and that actually went pretty well, so I figured, you know, keep it going. I got a new webcam for Christmas, which is cool. I like the higher definition. The colors are better, the quality's better, resolution, everything. This is cool. This is it's a Logitech HD 1080p webcam for webcamming, so should have pretty good audio. So if there's any, you know, if the audio's bad or the video gets weird or anything, please let me know. Hey, what's up, Brandon? How are you doing? I think that did you comment on the new video I posted? I think that's what it was. I appreciate the comment. I appreciate any comments I get. And whether it's a question or I've got a couple that were, you know, very questionable, but you know, let's go for it. Let's engage. So thank you, Brandon, for your question. Viper Transport and Towing. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Absolutely. There's been some, you know, good solid Christmas, good solid holiday Christmas cheer going around. So that's really cool. Yeah. And Merry Christmas to you, Brandon. Absolutely. And Merry Christmas to you, Patrick. Cool, man. Hey, all right. Thanks for joining the show. I really do appreciate it. And Juan. Hey. I don't know if we've seen you in the show before, so welcome to the show. That's cool. Yeah, Christmas is good. Christmas is fun. It's nice to have Christmas. Even though there was that kind of pre-Christmas, like, anticipated rush, you know, you've got that deadline for gifts and stuff, so I think there's not only the joy of Christmas, but the relief of that behind us is probably part of the joy. Hey, Fearless Motoring, welcome to the show. Yeah, cool, man. Thanks for joining me. And, of course, Dave at Clarksville Trucking. Hello, Dave. Thanks for joining the show. Yeah, for maybe being my most consistent viewer and participant. So that's right. Merry Christmas, Dave. And oh yeah, you like the video? Okay, cool. Yeah, new webcam. I'm liking it. Actually, by the you know, the reflection of the lights on that high definition, I guess you can really see the colors and the frame rate and the pixelated, you know, so let's go ahead and give that's a happy siren. That's as opposed to like the sad siren, which you usually get. You like the shirt? Thank you, man. Yeah, I gotta get some merchandise going. But I appreciate that. I like the shirt too. And actually, I was talking to somebody about the, you know, the Auto Transport Intel, the branding and what it means and what it is, and very pleased with how it kind of came together and turned out. And actually, yeah, I'm celebrating. This is I just crossed 900 subscribers today, and the channel is it's just over 6 months old, which is really, really cool. I'm really proud of that. And, you know, I can't, obviously, there is no show, if you only have the guy in front of the camera and nobody behind the camera, you know, there is no show without an audience. So I really appreciate the participation, the views, the likes, the subscriptions, and the questions, the interaction. I really, really appreciate that. So Merry Christmas and thank you guys for that. Absolutely. I'm going to be performing an ELD break tonight. Oh, as a matter of fact, man, I forgot to set my ELD, my handy dandy egg timer ELD. So yes, thank you for reminding me. which is a little ironic because wouldn't that be nice if you had to remind your ELD to be on its militant watchdog status? So we're going to talk about some ELDs too, but I hope not to spend all of next year talking about ELD, or even all of the rest of tonight talking about ELD. I mean, you know, it's a really sucky subject, but I think the reason that I have to talk about it is that there's so much denial of how sucky it is. Or is it just car hauling owner operators that hate it this much and everybody else just loves this thing? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What else we got? Oh no, Vegas 51. What's up, Rithy Mac? Vegas 51 is like a code, so you'd have to know what he's talking about. Um, I'll take 51 anytime. Okay, so Patrick knows. Well, I'm not in the know, so enlighten me. That'd be cool. All right, so what do we got? What do we got here tonight? Let's see here. Let's minimize this. Just saw your channel a couple days ago. Really interested in starting auto transport. Just kind of hard to figure things out. Thinking I should start with a brand new truck, 5-car. That's cool, man. Yeah, well, welcome to the show, Mo. And that is hopefully the show is, if you're a new car hauler, you feel like you can ask that question. I actually really appreciate that. I don't think all shows are like that in that, let me not say all shows, but, you know, some people are unapproachable. And I want this to be an approachable medium. So I'm glad you asked that. And actually, I've got a recommendation for you. If you don't know about this, you can go to my blog site, autotransportintel.com, and go ahead and click on this Auto Transport Business Startup. This is a blog post. Actually, I think you click here. I don't know. My blog page got like, there's like this, this is a WordPress site. It's just a simple WordPress site for blogging and stuff. And there's like these brute force attacks that go on, especially with WordPress, because I guess it's not like super secure. So, you know, visiting it, you can't catch anything, but like the server that hosts gets, you know, attacked sometimes. It's not just me. It's like a freaking WordPress thing. I don't know. So if you see the site messed up, let me know. I guess it was another brute force attack. I'm not sure what hackers want with an auto transport blog, but you know, why not? But if you go here, autotransportintel.com, car hauling dispatcher. Anyways, you can read my auto transport business startup blog post. I got 20 steps here. Go through step 1 through 20, and of things to do. There's links to click, and there's ads to click. Actually, it'll take you into what is it? Amazon, and do your shopping, and I'll get a percentage of a percentile or something. I haven't really gotten hardly anything out of that, but it's cool. Anyways, this is a blog post for you, so hopefully that helps you guys. So you want to check that out? Maybe, Mo. No, don't buy new. I was thinking he was talking about temp. Okay, cool. And there it is again, is that live chat is talking to live chat. It's a wonderful thing. Keep it going. Because I know that new car haulers, almost every show, maybe just one, but at least one new car hauler has gotten information from a veteran car hauler in the live chat. It's fantastic. Yeah, and I think, Mo, I think you'll enjoy that blog post. I think it will help you. It'll at least point out things to think about, and I suggest reading all 20 steps at the get-go to kind of long-term plan, strategize. You know that's really helpful to think about the future, even if it's hard to conceive, right? You know, just meditate and think 10 years in the future. Just give it a shot. And Christmas time is a great time to do that, right? This is also a good time, I think, to mention, you know, what do I want to do with the show? What is this? And what is happening in auto transport? You know, in general, auto transport needs more community, more solidarity, and more help. Especially when we get hit with something like ELD. Our industry has been steamrolled, just crammed down our throat, the ELD. Nobody had a real say I mean, you know, it's amazing how a device that's so intimate to the truck, to the driver, to the job itself, just got shoved down all of our throats. I know I don't have to use an ELD. I work in a home office. I'm a dispatcher. I talk to drivers. And that's why I got the Egg Timer ELD. I mean, just to at least, in some small way, participate in the pain. Just the total pain. That's why I got ELD Skull up here. It's painful. The ELD sucks, man. It sucks. I can't wait for somebody to explain that that's not true. I know they're trying. I've read the... Yeah, dude, you can read stuff. ELD mandate finally arrives to growing pains and praise. No, there's no praise. Nobody's praising this. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, maybe company owners. They praise all kinds of stuff. Tax loopholes that you and I will never get to be a part of. I don't know, lawyers and lobbyists. I mean, that's not normal people stuff. Nobody has a lobbyist. I don't know anybody with a lobbyist. If you have a lobbyist, then you are in a totally different tax bracket and company investment and capital expenditure level with so many more zeros than anybody here, me or you, anybody in my audience, that there's no way you can relate to what it is that I do or who it is that I'm talking to. And really, you know what? That's one of my goals next year, is I hope to get in contact with at least one of these folks that loves ELDs, and maybe we can actually start to understand each other. That would be really cool. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool. I mean, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but that's what when I talk about the future and extrapolating and thinking, I mean, the impossible, maybe that'll happen. And I do want to expand the audience. I know that a lot of the folks that I talk to or that tune in, it's mostly car haulers, new car haulers, veteran car haulers, but I think there's at least one broker out there that watches this show. And I think that there's at least one dealer, like a car dealer, private dealer, that is curious about, you know, what is other aspects of this industry interested in talking about, concerned with, as opposed to just selling a vehicle. And maybe, just maybe, in the next few months, somebody from Central Dispatch will watch this show. Maybe somebody from CarMax. Maybe somebody from United Road, Ready Auto Transport, Cars Arrive, Metrogistics. I mean, what happens if just one person at some of these larger companies starts watching this show and tuning in and chatting with this audience? That'd be amazing. So that's what I'm hoping for next year. That is one of my big goals. Is to see if I can make that happen, and that's why I'm going to have some more interviews. I'm going to try and have an interview almost every show. I don't even know. I don't think I have any interviews. I was going to have an interview scheduled for tonight, but I didn't think it was ready, so we're not going to do that. So I don't think I have anybody on the phone tonight. But I've got you in the chat, and I've got, wow, I'm up to 10 live viewers. That's pretty cool. It's 8:15. December 26th, the day after Christmas 2017. And I was, I'll say this too, I was watching Red Viking Trucker. He went live just before I went live, and he was talking about how he's in Laredo at the truck stop, and I mean, it's virtually empty, and that traffic was low today, so just, you know, we're in that lull. We're in the post-holiday lull where, you know, if I wasn't live right now, I might be, hanging out, playing a game with family, or maybe heating up some leftovers again, or, you know, cracking a beer, playing cards. I mean, that's what the holidays are all about for me. Just, you know, hanging out and eating and drinking and doing whatever. I was watching this awesome Lyndon B. Johnson Netflix movie today, and I watched a lot of Netflix the last couple days. That's awesome, just hanging out. So, all right, let's jump into the news. As I said that, I was searching ELD, and we looked at that one. This is interesting. 25% of small trucking firms missed the electronic logging device deadline. I'm imagining it was higher than that in car hauling. But that's another important Oh, here we go. Adventures of Truck Driving Diva is live right now, so that's pretty cool. So check out her show. She's a freight driver, and she seems to be when I tune in, Atlanta, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia. So she runs, I guess, a lot of East Coast stuff. And that's what we're talking about, is that the trucking industry, it's not just car haulers, right? Mostly freight, I would say, and then there's the agricultural and whatnot. But let's see here. This is important. Change.org. You can go here. You can help join Stop the Electronic Log Mandate, sign the petition. Oh, wow. They got to get to 10,000, and they're already at over 9,900. That is awesome, man. So go do that, if you believe in it. I say that because, some people really might like e-logs. I don't know. I really don't know why you would. Oh, talking about Golden Child. Yeah. He recently purchased a 9 car, but find out that he got robbed because it wouldn't pass DOT inspection. Oh, man, that sucks. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know Melvin? Cool, yeah. Melvin Peterson, right? Yeah, he's got a really interesting show because it's almost like Dave Ramsey meets car hauling, and he talks about the financials, and he's motivational. Yeah, he's got a cool show. He actually shows up sometimes in my, what's interesting is there he is. He's in my, you got a couple sections on your home page when you create a YouTube channel. In the top, these are folks that I've chosen to put in as featured channels, but in these related channels, I don't choose that. That's chosen by YouTube algorithms, and he shows up periodically in my related channels. It's interesting. No more leftovers? Come on. Dude, I love leftovers. I really do. In fact, I like to try and make fine cuisine out of what would otherwise be useless leftovers. I know it's ridiculous. It's a personal hobby of mine, and I love doing it. And I successfully do it all the time. I might have I might have a green pepper and some corn and some pork, and I'm going to make something awesome. And I'm going to find the right sauce, and I'm going to cook it, and it's going to be sweet. So send me your leftovers. She isn't the one that took out that historical bridge. Ooh, yeah, that story sucks. You didn't see me on the forum? I didn't see you on the forum. I didn't see you on the forum. I don't know what that means. Which forum, man? Trying to learn as much as possible watching other car haulers. Yeah, that seems to be the key. In fact, that's actually when I started doing this, to give my advice to other dispatchers, because I thought I racked up so much advice that it's cool to share it. That's what community's all about, right? All right, so we saw that, and then Cox Automotive. I know, Cox Automotive, but I will say this is that they do have got a couple guys standing around cars laughing, looking at a tablet. Let's see here. You can go to news coverage. Oh, newsroom is why I went here. CoxAutoInc.com. All right. Go to the newsroom. Go to recent news, and at least try and understand what what dealers at the top are thinking about. Right? May as well give it a shot. Used vehicle prices, auto industry report, millennials. Interesting, right? Because that's the new customer. Shifting consumer preferences, credit, fixed ops, digital retailing, affordability. Why not? Go ahead and get a point of view from Cox Automotive as far as what they're thinking about in the news. And in fact, this is good to know. Think about prime time for new car buying. It's about the car, right? People love cars. Man, do they love cars. We all love cars. Some of us more than others. And this is the prime time car buying season. They say right after the Christmas holiday is one of the best to shop for a new car. Something to think about, which means people are moving cars. So, Trucking Truth, ELD. Yeah, man. Trucking Truth. That's a good phrase, man. That is a good phrase. Oh, and by the way, if you want me to search for a car, not search for a car, search a route, feel free to give me a route. Whether it's a state, a city, a region, to a state, city, or region, and let's see, put in some filters and see how best to look for loads. It's something I like to do. I'm weird like that. Like the moment a driver says to me, "Hey, can you check such and such route?" Especially if it's if it's a driver I'm working for, man, I'll check it right away. I want to see it right away. How does Run Dougie work? Hey, what's up, Stan? Cool. Hello, thanks for joining us. So runbuggy.com. And I'll tell you what's cool is I'm guessing more people are talking about Run Buggy because we talked about it on this show. Because I don't think there's many people using it yet. And I hope we can help Mark make it the marketplace he wants it to be, rather than, maybe we have some negative impressions of it, rather than just poo-pooing it, right? Let's give constructive criticism, because I tell you what, we all know we need an alternative, right? That doesn't, what do I say, milk us, rob us. I mean, paying over $100 for a phone book style digital list, that blows, man. We need alternatives. So we need folks like Run Buggy and these guys. I'm going to be talking to them, I think next week, and then hopefully plan to have something put together, edited, and that I could post online. That's another company working on a load board for us. And of course, you've got Carshipio. Did you know that Carshipio has a car hauling load board? Oh, you didn't know, did you? Well, you should sign in or sign up for free with Stan and just get access to the load board. Right, Stan? He will help you. We need to discover our alternatives, folks, and we need it now. Let's see, and yeah, Run Buggy that's right, they're beginning, so they're in California only right now. U-Ship, hate it, used to be good. I've never used U-Ship to book a car. I mean, I've heard that you can, but whenever I looked at it, I haven't looked at it in a long time. Everything was ready in a few weeks, and there was bidding. Dude, I don't have time for that. I just need to book a car, dude. U-Ships takes a long time to get loads, yeah. Yeah, man. I didn't understand how to fit it into my workflow, which is why it's interesting. We're going to talk about the company that figured out how to put it to work for them. I'm coming up against my break. So I'm actually, before I go to my break, this picture is from, let's see if I can tell you, James Hartman. I got this from James Hartman's post on Auto Transport Everything. Okay, well, there's my break, and just like with a real ELD, is I'm doing, I'm having a rhythm, I'm engaging, everything's going great. Oh yeah, but I got to take a break because I don't even know why. I have no idea why I got to take a break. So now that I'm angry, I drink my super safe, super Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, that's great Kool-Aid, and that is a great ELD. Sorry, I'm on ELD break. I can't work because my little device, my digital assistant, my ignorant egg timer tells me I can't. You can't work right now. You don't want to be unsafe. What about the children? What will people think? There will be lawsuits. And then stocks will go down. And then there'll be outrage. And then... See? When you get agitated with your ELD, just drink some Kool-Aid. Super safe, super Kool-Aid. Oh, man. And then I'm going to get relaxed. And then I'm going to have to hurry and get behind the wheel and try to make up time and start to move faster. I got to work faster. I got to catch up because now I just wasted all that time. You got to get your car shippio. You got to get it quick. You need to get alternative load boards. You got to search loads. Who we got? Well, I ain't never. What about the children? I know. I love that one too. You can say it any time. Really, you could use it anywhere, anytime, for any purpose. People stops people in their tracks. It's kind of like 10 years ago when people said, well, it'll hurt the troops. Well, what are you going to do? Hurt the troops? Shh. The heck. All right. So where was I? Okay. So here we got, this is stuff off Facebook. Okay, I love to, who doesn't love Facebook, huh? Everybody loves Facebook. So, Marcy says, Merry Christmas. If there's any driver stuck at Ocoee, please let me know. I'll provide you with a Christmas dinner. Man, that is way cool, dude. That was at 8/12 Christmas Eve. Super cool. Super cool. Because you know what? There's those times where, you know, that kind of gesture, you know, that might be exactly what you need. That really can be. Here's another one. Mark, anyone near Palm Coast, Florida, going to be on the road or alone? Welcome to my home. We aren't doing anything special, just ordering Chinese food. Dude, I love Chinese food. Man, if I was in Palm Coast with nothing to do, I'd be all over that. So thank you, Mark. That is way cool. That was the other day. Don't take him up on it tonight. Come on. Show up at his house. You 62-mile-an-hour cowboys. When you see me coming in the hammer lane, you need to get them out of the way. That is awesome. I try to keep the cussing down on this show because, you know the words. Come on. My question is, what is wrong with the perfectly working ELD? Wouldn't the problem be the time schedule and the laws and not the device itself? All right, fair enough. In a perfect world, which doesn't exist, but in a perfect world, ELDs are fine. But do we live in a perfect world? No, far from it. We live in a very imperfect world. So, in the imperfect world we live in, you can't throw in something that requires total perfection. If you do, you will end up with massive disappointment and delusion and chaos and anger, frustration. I mean, if that's what we were trying to create, perfect. We created it. But that, traffic is rough. One stupid accident, and I'll never understand who flips their cars in the morning going to work. But it happens like every day. You hear like a flip over, a car turned over. Why? So now what happens? What happens when a car flips over on the on-ramp and it's on your way to work? Massive delays, right? So what happens with those massive delays? You think the ELD understands? Dude, that's just the beginning. And that happen. What if that happens Monday morning? How's the rest of your week gonna go? Okay. Okay, man. Whew. Sheesh. Okay. If the stickers came, man, everybody loves. Come on, The Christmas Story. I was watching that the other night. I was watching The Christmas Story. I was watching It's a Wonderful Life. But there's a lot more new movies, right? And Elf. I think Elf is one of my favorite new Christmas movies. Now that that sucks. You know, it's weird. You see, oh my gosh, you think your ELD allows for that? Shoot, no. Why are there so many, like, stupid accidents at truck stops? It's bizarre. And they're like major. I mean, look at that, dude. Wow, man, he slammed into that thing. That's crazy, dude. Get out of here. Merry Christmas.
Who is this? Hello?
Hey, it's Jay.
Jay.
I mean,
Who you want?
you're on my show. So welcome to Tuesday Nights Live with Auto Transport Intel, Carling Dispatcher.
Oh, man. I called you again.
Yep. Yep. I'm guessing you got me on speed dial now.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I call you every Tuesday on accident, right?
Right. Hey, by the way, is that you? Is that your parking job?
No, I didn't do that.
Right. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure the audience believes that.
I don't even do that anymore, Jay.
Oh, you don't? You don't drive?
You're up with the ELD business, have you?
Right. Oh, you're probably
Hold
like...
on a minute. Hang on. Hon, I said I'd be in there in a minute. New bubble basket, wait.
It is the day after Christmas, JD.
Well, that's the reason I'm thinking about giving up car hauling, Jay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, why? I mean, it's so wonderful. And everything goes as planned.
Well, apparently you didn't read the article about everybody didn't get their Christmas presents on time.
Oh. Yeah, that was a UPS problem. That had nothing to do with car hauling, though. Car hauling was perfect.
You know how many people bought cars for their kids, Jay, for Christmas, put the bow on it, put it in the garage?
Right. Yeah.
Anybody do that?
Wait, you mean like an actual car? I thought you meant like a toy car. You mean a real car.
Jay, I'm a car owner.
Right.
Okay?
I knew that was going to upset you.
I don't haul toys around like Santa on a sled, okay, but I got a Peterbilt with a damn 36-inch flat top with a stretched out Cottrell on there.
Oh, you have a Peterbilt?
Yeah, I got a Pete.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hon, I said we could do the lotion stuff a little
I mean,
bit
that
later.
massive delay would affect your work even if it's at a logbook. The problem is that people normally lie. Well, hey, do you think that maybe sometimes with everything that's going on that you need a little bit of, better said, the problem is the 14-hour schedule? Yeah, do I really have to make this argument? I mean, I don't, it doesn't seem like I'm the one that should have to make this argument on behalf of JD. Do things work? How do things run? You been late before, JD?
No.
Why is that, JD? Because you're
Because I'm a damn car hauler, that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, so
Dude,
you probably like ELD then.
I'm a badass car hauler.
I knew it was coming. You like ELD? What do you think of it? Do you like it or no? Seriously.
Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay. Well, I think we talked about this the other day, Jay. I don't do ELD, okay?
Right, you don't do it.
And I don't do, let's go 100 miles around the scale bull crap either.
You're not worried about Indiana State Police Trooper Brent Hoover that hangs out on Facebook and listens to this stuff?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I guess maybe we ought to meet sometime face to face and you'll see why, okay?
Do we have to?
No.
Okay, good. You don't know where I do this show at, right?
I don't even know how I get your number.
Exactly. I know that's what the audience is thinking. Hey, JD, do you like Kool-Aid? People in the chat want to know, do you like Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid?
Yeah, you want to drink some ELD Kool-Aid with me?
Hell no.
Let's do that. Let's meet and have some Kool-Aid. We should do that. That'd be
Have a
cool.
little Kool-Aid tea party or something like that.
Yes.
A little tea set out and put the Kool-Aid in it instead of tea.
That'd be cool. We'll record it. I wonder what would people want to see that? Me and JD having Kool-Aid?
Maybe, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if you know this or not about me, but I put vodka in my Kool-Aid.
You do. That sounds good.
Makes it even better.
It's yeah, that would mix things up a bit.
ELD vodka Kool-Aid. Bam.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going to start selling that stuff right out of the damn supermarket at the J.
Ooh, I like it. ELD Kool-Aid shots.
That's J.D. Eufuala. That's E-A-F-U-A-L-A. F-U-A-L-A.
I knew you were gonna do that to me, JD.
Not my fault.
Yeah, well.
F-U.
Come on, JD. What about the children?
Hold on a minute.
Alright.
I'd be right there.
With Serge, yeah. Actually, I bet you Serge would drink some Kool-Aid with me. I'm sure he would. All right, let's go to the next one. He's busy. Okay, because some customers.
You want me to take a bubble bath? You got some of this new bubble bath stuff. It smells good.
Yeah.
Your temperature changed. Apparently, I've got dry skin all of a sudden. Now I got to take bubble baths.
Maybe it'll be good for you. Maybe it'll lighten up the mood.
I don't think you understand, Jay. Car haulers don't do baths, okay?
Yeah. Well.
This isn't a live show, is it?
Yeah, man, you're live right now. I know.
Oh, God.
I know.
I got to get out here. Bye.
Okay, man. Thank you. He is straight up crazy, man. That guy's nuts. Hey, did you guys know about Copart? Who's seen this? Copart trucks? Does Copart have trucks? I didn't know that. How is car hauling in Texas and Oklahoma? Anybody know? I'll tell you what, Vino, and thank you for the question. Why don't you do me a favor, put in the chat, give me like a city. What are we talking? Oklahoma City to San Antonio. Let's take a look at a route. I don't mind doing that. And this is the Mannheim, New Jersey. That sucks, man. That's another thing that we don't need is tighter pickup windows at Mannheim's. Because, I mean, a lot of guys, I know, even in dispatch, I rely on Mannheim's being open till 10 o'clock. So if they start being only open till 7, and it's because of the theft, you know it is, it sucks. Hey, man, Patrick. Oh, you're saying goodbye to JD. Okay, man, stick around. But, you know, I mean, Mannheim's, we need those things open, even if it does take an hour to find a car, minimum. ELDs are very unfair. Truckers voted for me, so mark my words, I will end the ELD mandate. Okay, somebody said this is fake news. This is fake news. I think this is fake news. That doesn't make sense. Copart was a 4-car... Oh, it was? It was a 4-car flatbed? Yeah, but do you guys see Copart trucks on the road? I didn't know that. I hope they have those ready to go. Yeah, really, in Jersey, yeah. That's what, man, that's what I heard, dude. That's no joke. Effective, that's not fake news, as far as I know, which sucks. If that's real news, and it's not, I'll bet you they're not the only ones. Because, like, you call, I think it's Carolina, North Carolina, if you call Mannheim, they've shortened their hours because of theft. You know, they got, like, I don't know, I don't want to start a rumor, but that's what I heard, I think, from them. I can't remember. Yeah, I'm still here, yes. All right, good. Good. All right, let's keep going. Does anybody know if the car hauler rates skyrocketed the last days, all like other areas of trucking? Oh, yeah, because the rates just flew up because of ELD. That's fake news. Okay, ELD's not the problem. HOS is the problem. No rules have recently changed in regards to how many hours we can drive or work. Right? This kind of sounds like what Juan was saying, right? It's not the ELD that's the problem. It's people not abiding by the HOS. It's a reasonable point of view. So let's keep going. Everybody's complaining because we can't get away with breaking the law anymore, yet nobody about the laws to begin with. Well, isn't that the truth? Yeah, because no other laws ever get broken. The regulations we are expected to follow are unjust. We're in the only industry on the planet that can break the law completely unintentionally. That's true. You could break the law unintentionally. 2 hours left to drive. You're 15 minutes from your stopping point. Train flies off a bridge, closes the highway. Now what? So, I mean, it's true. Unfortunately, because isn't the road one of the most unpredictable places? I think I said that to a resident recently, and you know what the resident said to me? Like, really? You're gonna talk to me like that? I'm like, come on, are you serious? I said that back to her. Are you serious? Like, you're not willing to admit how unpredictable it is out there. I mean, we all know that. If you get on the interstate and you head towards the downtown and it's rush hour, okay, at minimum it's rush hour. But what if there's a bad car accident or something random happens or some road rage suddenly? I mean, come on, are you serious? You can't be serious, can you? Man, tell me something, all the guys that use Garmin ELD. Oh man, this is another one. Some of these ELDs, I don't know, they just don't seem ready. He plugged it in, stared, and it stared. Oh, it started effing with the truck, right? Made its signal lights blink. I've heard about some of this stuff. Made my radio go in and out. Phew. Check engine light. So, you know, just make sure. I mean, obviously, that Garmin's a great company, but when it comes to newer technology and the unpredicted factors of plugging into all the different, you know, you got all the adapters and the ports and different engines. I mean, come on, there could be problems. So, but you think you can? There's another thing. What, you gonna go to the DOT with that problem, and they're just gonna set you down on their knee and tell you a Christmas story? Come on. There are over 15 million trucks on the road. $20 to $40 a month fee for ELD. Where is it going? Lowering fuel, fixing the roads. How can you mandate something, have to pay for not American? I will accept this laws if the mandate cell phone blockers in all cars and trucks going over. I mean, these are interesting questions. Is that obviously this is not exactly on point as to whether or not an ELD affects your ability to make a living, but you start to ask these questions and wonder what is going on. Question to owners and owner ops: when you lease to a company with your own truck, should you be able to do things like refuse loads or take off whenever you like, or should you do exactly as company drivers do? That's a good question. I think you guys all know the answer, right? I mean, you are now like an employee, and if you lease on, they're going to expect you to do what the company needs you to do. Yes, but they don't talk to the smaller trucks. You have a Garmin. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Because I think Dave, didn't you have trouble with one of the ELDs? I thought you said you did. I can't remember which one. And then I heard something about pre-pass, although that's BYOD. That's bring your own device. It's got to be all about the Benjamins. Man, everything always is. I found this interesting, switching gears. So I just put the settlement for downtime behind me this morning from the truck stop accident back in August. I have to say, Progressive was extremely easy to work with. That is pretty good news, because Progressive, I think, is on the higher end of insurance, right? So maybe, you know, in exchange for some of that additional expense, if you have a problem, maybe it is a good company to be with. So I found that interesting. Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about this for a second. Just a minute here. I passed up 3 Montway loads today. I guess I'm too dumb to haul their stuff. So, if you don't know, there's been some flack on Facebook about Montway. There's been back and forth. I'm not going to put the text messages up here, but something to look into. And, you know, when we talk about brokers and companies that are not necessarily perfect for the car haulers, you know, I don't need to say anything that's not already out there, but there is something going on. There is a change and a shift in the industry, and people are going to start talking about companies that maybe aren't 100% helping them all the time. I'm just going to put it that way. Speaking of, here's a video of this is basically, it's a long, and I'm not going to read it all, but you're going to watch this video. What do you think is going on in this video? Let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah, Viper saw it. Okay, is that police car moving? I've never seen this. Honestly, never have. That's right, David got it. Is that amazing? Is that really, like, I can't believe that. Exactly. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, you know, is that, let's watch that again. Is that what it's going to come down to? And, yeah, what is he doing? He is, David called it, he is basically, I mean, what it looks like, Your Honor, is it looks to me like there is a police officer sitting next to parked truckers with his siren and his lights on. For what purpose? Why would an officer do that? I mean, if he's after somebody, he should continue to go after that person. But to just sit there with the lights and the siren on, that means that the problem, he's at the problem, right? And what problem is he at? We don't see anything. We don't hear any yelling. There's no tasers. There's no gunshots. There's nothing happening. And yet, there's a police car and a police siren. That's sad and unfair. Police forcing truckers to brake. Thank you. That's exactly, is that exactly what's going on? That is amazing. I don't know where this is. Let's see if we can go back and see where this was. Copied it from another group. Oh, Arkansas. Yes, this was in Arkansas. But I like that you guessed. Yeah, that is amazing. Like, can you imagine being in one of those trucks and this happens? What do you do? Because if you start your truck, aren't you breaking the law? According to your little perfect ELD? That's right, because it's a perfect world, man. No police officer would ever do that. It has to be a mistake. He was just hanging out, handing out informational pamphlets and accidentally hit the siren, is my guess. That's amazing, man. This is outrageous, is what this is. Let's watch this again. Because this is... Isn't this the beginning? Isn't this the beginning of the kind of America that we really don't want to see, folks? Is this really where we're headed? Like, this is like North Korea stuff. Right? I'm surprised we're all allowed to have cameras in our cell phones, because they certainly don't want this stuff. Amazing. I'm outraged, man. Take the parking ticket. Yeah, really. You know what? Yeah, dude. I wouldn't go anywhere. You know what? I'd pretend I'm not even. I'd just stay laying in the sleeper berth and just pretend that you're dead. I'd go with death, right? I don't know. It may not have gone viral because that's the problem. You know what? A lot of people don't know what they're looking at. They'd be like, "Well, where's the taser? I don't see nothing. I don't get it. Next video of cats, right?" And honestly, I didn't understand it either when I first saw it. So, oh man, if I saw there, I could get my terrors to sleep. Yeah, man, dude, this is where we're at. So, I don't know. You'll get towed. We can't win. So now that I did that, all right. So I've got, now that we're at the end, we're near the end of the show, okay? And yeah, I wouldn't move my truck. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Because our future generation is our future, and you know, this is a great time to look towards the future and think about, you know, family and enjoy family and all that stuff. You know what I'm trying to say. I've actually got a couple of guests here at my home office studio. So why don't you guys come on in here? Okay. Oh.
Hi guys.
All right, come here. All right, so let's see here. Let's do.
Yeah, I can barely get in.
Okay, here we go. All right, so. Oh, let's move it again.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a couple guests here in my studio. This is D-Dog, Panther Gamer 32, and this is Gamer OU Weston.
What's up?
And that's right, we got a couple other budding YouTubers here taking over the future. So you guys, what do you guys think of this video, by the way? What do you guys think this is?
I have no idea what this is, because this is weird. Oh my gosh, how could it be that bright? I have no idea what's going on. That is so weird. I know, like, is she even moving? Like, is she even moving?
So, and he doesn't seem to be getting out of the car or anything.
Like, the sirens are just going off.
No. I wonder how long he does this for. Like, there's a guy. What's that guy
Up
doing?
there. What's he, and he doesn't seem to care. I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
It's like a zombie.
You said this was in Arkansas?
This was in Arkansas.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I don't get it. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what this is either.
So,
It's really interesting.
well, all right. So, I guess this is a good time. I was planning on making a shorter episode because of the holiday and get back to hanging out. So, what are you guys doing out there? You're playing Wii?
Yeah, we're playing on the Wii.
Yeah. What are you playing?
You're playing,
We're
Wii
playing
Sports.
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports.
Yeah, we're playing bowling, golf. We're playing crazy golf and what's the other
Crazy
one?
golf.
And there's the other.
And then there's the mini golf.
Yeah, there's the other mini golf.
I like the
I
like golf.
I like the mini golf.
Yeah, you like the mini golf. Then the bowling is pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna go back. We're gonna play some bowling. What is that what we're gonna do?
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Play bowling?
I like what this guy said. Little auto transport intel. That's really
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's the future. So
If I saw there, if I saw there, I could get my 10 hours of sleep.
funny.
so these guys, yeah. So here's the deal: is that truckers now have to, you know, they can only have so many hours to drive, and then they have to take a nap, and then they get a few more hours, and then they can't drive for the rest of the day. And if they can't get all their work done in such amount of time, then they have to stop.
Huh.
And if they didn't get to where they were going, then whatever is in their truck just sits on their truck and doesn't get to where it needs to be. And that means you don't get your mini golf and your Wii and your, you know, whatever you were
Oh, boy.
expecting.
Well, hold on. It says you'll get towed. You'll get towed. We can't win. I couldn't move in my truck. Hey, kiddo. My trucker friend, India Jack, has a
Diamond.
Oh, Indiana Jack. Yeah, Indiana Jack is a trucker. He has a
I love
YouTube
that.
channel. Yeah, he has a YouTube channel. Let's see. Let's go
Wait,
to.
really?
Yeah, so that's got. Okay, so here's a pop quiz. How many cars are on that truck?
9.
That right.
Yeah, right.
That's a 9. Right. That's a 9 car. Now that is actually. Okay, that is a. But I think aren't you supposed to get 10 cars on that, guys? That's a stinger.
Hey, 10.
See, because you've
Kidding.
got your spot over the cab, and then you've got your pivot back here, so he can actually turn that at a 90-degree angle and get cars and get loaded and stuff. But what's the chat say? It ain't. Oh, it's adult babysitting by the government while playing with the big boys' toys. That's what ELD is, right? All right.
Have you guys ever heard of a toy? That's what us old guys grew up with.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of a toy before. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. I remember we've done it before at a friend's house before.
That's right. We played, but it wasn't the original Atari. It was a.
Toy back out. I don't know. I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, it replicated Atari games.
What?
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's
Atari?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, we played Adventure. You guys saw Adventure?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
That
are you
was one of my
talking
favorite
about?
games. Where you're a dot and you got to explore through the castle, and there's a bat and there's dragons, and the graphics were pretty awful. Like, it didn't look like a castle.
Yeah.
Nothing. The bat kind of looked like a bat, but anyways, that's what I grew up on. So, in fact, I thought of Space Invaders. I'll say this: I thought of Space Invaders this morning. That would have been, I don't know, 1981. What is that? So about 36 years ago, me and my brother spent all day Christmas playing Space Invaders, and my grandfather wondered what was going to happen to our brains.
Like you, like a teenager?
And this is what happens. Oh man, we were just little kids. We were like you guys. And we got an
That's funny.
Atari. Yeah, it was amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, all right. Well, you guys want to say goodnight to the car haulers?
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for joining the show, and I appreciate it. This was an interesting Christmas show, and I'll tell you what, Dawson. Why don't you do this? Here, see this button? Double click on that. All right. This is the ending auto transport. This is my intro and outro video title. So, and what I do is I raise this up. All right, you guys say goodbye. We'll see. I'll see you in a week. I'll see you next year.
Bye,
All
guys.
right, take care.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.